First, our big story tonight, the third cleanup of the homeless encampment near downtown Phoenix known as the Zone. Our Ford Hatchett has been covering the story for weeks and is there live. And Ford, another cleanup, but the number of unsheltered people living on Valley streets has gone up significantly.
Hey, Javier, that's right. The numbers back that up. We just learned in the past week an additional 96 people have moved to the streets here. The Human Services campus says the area they are having to count has expanded as more and more people move to the area. We're here right now along Madison Street in between 8th and 9th Avenue. That was the latest block to be cleaned up today. And people here tell us they're seeing a lot of familiar faces even after these cleanups.
Notice a lot of people just moving to another section.
They're not solving it. They're just pushing people out of the way.
According to the Human Services campus, before the first cleanup on May 10th, there were 786 people living in the zone. That number dropped through May, but in June jumped to more than 800, even after the two city cleanups. And as of Tuesday, that number was north of 900.
We have not seen the data support that this has caused any increase in homelessness anywhere else.
But people living here say those that do accept shelter often come back, and new people are moving in too, even one who was part of Wednesday's cleanup.
He was right there on that corner. He just moved in 3 days ago.
Sean, who didn't want to appear on camera, says he was priced out of his apartment in December of 2021.
Went into cash for about 5 months, and then I moved out here.
Rent has gotten too high.
Mary Jane Janelle moved out here in February.
I was paying $1,250, $1,250 for an apartment that was run down, drug infested. I just couldn't afford to keep paying that.
She's disabled, but counts herself fortunate because she's got a job binding books. It's not enough to afford a place to live, but it's something.
I get up and I go to work. I have to work because if I don't, I won't have nothing to eat.
She wishes the public knew how many good people live here.
You don't know what the condition of a person is unless you come down here and walk around here, talk to some of these people, or you live here. You won't know that.
And they acknowledge the city services are helping some.
Some of them are going into the shelters or going into halfway houses or going into the hotels and are actually staying there.
So there is some progress being made.
There is some, but very little.
And I got to tell you, this is the third cleanup we've been down here for, and it almost starts to feel routine, right? The crews come out, things get cleaned up, and those particular blocks will stay clean. But with the size of the zone and more people coming, it really doesn't feel like much has changed down here. And Javier, I know you've spent some time down here and spent a lot of time on this issue. Have you been seeing some of the similar circumstances and that same phenomenon?
Yeah, some of the officials I spoke with say it's a good and a bad thing that those numbers are going up because they believe people from across Arizona are now moving into the zone seeking shelter, hoping that everybody will have a shelter over their head during these hot summer months. So again, it's kind of a mixed bag.
Well, and Javier, I'll tell you, we actually spoke to folks here today who said that even in this street where some things got cleaned up, there were people that had just moved in within the last week. So I think you are seeing more and more people coming and maybe hoping to get some of that shelter.
Yeah, we'll watch and see, and great reporting. We'll continue to follow this. Thanks, Ford.